Pounders. Welcome back. Tonight we're going to be ripping Battle Royale Week 6. It's going to be a doozy. We got 50K up top this week, 25K to second. And my favorite thing, the rake's going to be down about 1.1%. That means more money going into the drafters' pockets, which is a sick thing. They did increase the entry rate from $5 to $7, but this is a smaller contest as well, so it's going to be a little easier to bank than the 67,000 entrant contest for sure. 50K up top, 25K a second, 15K a third. It's bumped up all across the board. Even top 50 for the $5 Royale was 500. This is bumped up to 750. So really love to see this change specifically. Really excited about getting into this week's Battle Royale contest. Same thing for Dog Bowl. We've been doing about 10 to 12 a week and didn't have enough chase, but didn't have enough chase doubles with Burrow. What was sick was we did have one. We had a Burrow stack with chase in the fullback dive, and the 4 o'clock games just didn't do it for us. Like, you had an early touchdown from Bowers that went long. I'm like, oh wow, this is gonna front page like easy with Wicks and K-Walk to go. And K-Walk had like 3 yards at halftime. I'm like, what a flop. What a flop. We ended up getting 100 from it, but this could have been a sick one because Burrow was not drafted too much in these 6-person lobbies. So to have the Burrow chase here definitely could have been a better result. Even with just a few points in a contest like this, that you don't need the nuts to win these fullback dive, especially like 1,100 entrants. So to get that QB pairing that people aren't pairing a lot of, much easier to spike into the front page in a contest like this. Not a ton of success with Battle Royale last week. Again, we weren't really too heavy on the chase, but this one's a Lamar chase. The Lamar chase bring back. Diggs didn't really do much. Jacobs, Green Bay, I think, was underwhelming as a whole. Same with Seattle. So Green Bay, Kraft got there. Kraft definitely got there. But this was our best, and we'll take it. It's in the top 0.5%. For the amount of entries we do, that's all you could ask for. Give it a chance. Give it a shot. Bri H in the house. A little hola for the boys. What's going on, brother? And if you guys want to get ahead on the competition, bestballoverlay.com, currently the biggest edge in the Battle Royale streets. Promo code Pounders for 33% off makes it $20 a month, which is insanely low for what you're getting. I can just jump in the draft room, and I have everything I need with the odds, the spreads of the game, the weather of in Coordinate Stadium. The coordinates inside the stadium is crazy. I don't know how Josh did that, but so sick. So sick. And right away, like when I'm looking at this and I see like Kyler Murray goes off the board as QB7, that just instantly raises the wires. Fields, kind of undrafted down here. I already have a field stack. Haven't done much volume just yet. That wedding on Sunday really put me back on Monday drafting. That's for sure. And Sunday weddings should be illegal during the football season. I think we should make that like state law everywhere. Let's see RBs. We'll see if Mixon plays this week. I think there is a pretty good shot that he plays, but my God, after being punished last week for leaning into Mixon practicing the week prior Friday, and there being some skepticism of if he could play, I don't know if I could do it again this week. I might just wait for the news, and I don't think he'll rise too much. However, JT in the 6th round, I'm gonna be taking some JT in the 6th round. I don't care. Hey, Alamac in the 6th spot. What's up, dude? We also have Omega King at 3. And we are going to take probably someone that I'm going to have at the 2 spot again this week is going to be Derrick Henry. I think it's pretty clear for me it's going to be Henry and Lamb. I do want to target this game, though. I do think this Baltimore-Washington game could blow up. So getting pieces of this game feels like a priority for me. Goff going late. Is this the week that Laporta finally enters the category of like, hey, I'm a real tight end that can catch passes? I'm not gonna have none, that's for sure. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Kraft go ahead of Laporta. Pitts entering that conversation likely gets there on 3 catches, 13 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like this is some Parham type stats. Yeah, AJ Brown should definitely rise if we project him to play. I might just do this for semi-uniqueness. I'm going to do this just for a little semi-uniqueness, just for ADP. Mixon's out. I wouldn't be 100% certain that he's out. Not with the current news. Not with the current news. I mean, he got downgraded from whatever last Friday to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I believe he got in a late, like half practice. We'll see. This is one that you want to monitor on Wednesday, because if he is back practicing, I'm going to draft him a lot that specific day because he will fly up. He will fly up the board. I find it really hard to draft like no JT when there's no risk. The other thing is like, what's the risk of drafting Mixon today in the 6th round? I think you're going to run into more, a little more savviness of what you want to do in the dog bowls, where they are longer and these guys are going to go in the middle rounds. And those are a lot more punishing when you have to swap out a middle round pick versus in these battle royale 6-man lobbies, pick 36. Like there are so many available swap options. So just be cognizant of what your structure is when you're drafting them. All right, so we need to find a little QB stack. This could be fun. A little Jaden Daniels with the Henry bringback. McBride should also be there. We have too many pounders in this one. We'll talk it out. We'll talk it out as we go. Let's get our picks underway, though. Is this an auto? No, it's McBride. Evans at 15. I think we just go go JD. Yeah, crutches. This is a good point. The risk on JT's ineffectiveness coming off the ankle worse than. But if he's out there, I'm gonna want to be starting him. I'm gonna want shares of JT. It's not like the ineffectiveness is mixed in with like an RB2 taking carries away from him. Like that would be the ultimate, like that situation blows. Tennessee's got a pretty decent defensive line against the run as well. So the only thing that I'd lean into is this is a 1-point spread. Like the run should be available for most of this game. Like Jaden, yeah, that opens up the Terry for sure. Diggs goes. Who needs receivers behind us? 2 teams need receivers. 1 needs a tight end. Do both of them get sniped? I don't want Olave. I meant Chris Godwin. I think we just go. Let's just get our stack. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. But in those close game scripts, what we've seen is the run being available and leading to points. Especially if A-Rich is back. If he's not effective through the air, which we haven't seen it yet, they could lean on the run even more. So if he's active, I want to play him like he's healthy. The ceiling's just too high. Like, ceiling's too high. Just too many touches. Too many touches. However, like Dobbins going super late, like this is a very interesting spot. Dowdle getting 2 reception touchdowns, 2 games in a row is interesting, and he's taking the bulk of the carries now, bulk of the touches. Najee against Vegas. think this is a better game script for Najee rather than Dallas. You wanted to see him get there against Indy. This cost me a dog bowl ticket. If this was 17. Oh dear. But yeah, there are definitely some scrolls at RB available. We can't go another running back, but some of these guys, like Jacobs here at 28, it's fucking criminal. It's criminal. We are going to get both of these receivers, though. Who do I want? Um, yeah, Dev Smith is gone. Okay. We're going to go tight end. Two teams and the tight end behind us. I don't mind Kraft, too. Let's go with the big play capability in Bowers. Especially if Adams isn't going to play. I think that's another nice spot for him. And then Shaheed could be a little slippery. Like Shaheed. This amount of targets for Shaheed's very good. Very good. Anything like 5, we know he can get there in 3 catches, but the problem with Shaheed is he needs to get like 2 touchdowns. And it's basically 2 long touchdowns, which is tough for him. But this raises his floor. Like this amount of targets raises his floor while still having that high ceiling. This could just be the Olave week because everyone's off him though. You know, like that's how this shit works. That's how this shit works. Tank Dell's interesting if you have Nico that can't go. Pickens is interesting. You definitely have some good scrolls here. Downs. I'm going to like Downs more if Flacco's playing. This might actually be the Olave click. Let's go. Mason in the house. What's up, baby? In-season drafts are going absolutely fire. Absolutely fire. With the new draft tools, it's been really enjoyable. Super enjoyable. I need to get some more volume this week, though, before we can use the combination tool. But you can see we do have a Henry McLaurin stack already. But there's no way. Okay. Let's rip another one. Let's go. You the man, dude. You the man. That's cool. In season, I don't know a busier guy than Mason when it comes to in-season content making. So it's so crazy. What's been the best tourney so far this season? You know, I've actually really been enjoying these 5 entry max $25 fullback dives. So like 456 entrants, got near front page 3 times. We've been on it once and like a 6th place, 5th place finish, whatever. But like this is nice to pad the variance of a 57,000, 56,000 person tournament, which this is down. This is down from 67,000. So you need to find a way to sort of buffer the variance of these big contests. And the single entry victory formation's a fun one. I didn't see that on the slate this week. They had the 3rd and long, which is a $20 3 entry max. Those are fun, and they're all smaller entrant contests. So you are looking for the higher floor type plays. The David Montgomerys, if you will, that still have direct leverage off other pieces on their offense. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, it's building every single season. So I mean, even the people that have joined or stayed on with the draft tools from the season long contest onto Battle Royale it's been a lot. And I know a lot of my following has been ripping it a lot more in the Discord. You can just tell by just some of the traffic in the Discord. And Pete, the Badge Bros, they're all doing good work, and it's just growing the sport. Here we're going to get Lamb at 4. What a gift. An on-stream gift. 100%. 100% mispriced. He will be moving above Reed. He'll be moving above London. He should move above Gibbs and Kamara, I would say. So AJ Brown with an early Q tag is a smash at pick 9, I think, all day. Especially if we get a AJ Brown with Lamb, like this is something that won't be available to drafters in another day or so. Yeah, I'd say by Thursday, definitely won't be available. Yeah, he goes at 7. The big thing is like what % of people have that combo. It's not a lot. All right, here I don't feel like we have to tie to ADP at all. And I think this is going to be super chalky, Gibbs and Lamb. So I think that actually becomes a negative for me. I'm Reed, Mike Evans. London's interesting. Like, are we going to get this same 12, 13 target type games? Like, these are really good for him. Just, I could see them playing this one a little more on the ground. But we just let Underdog take the wheel there. Underdog Jesus just took the wheel. The 50-50 ball was thrown up. We'll go Reed. Sometimes it's also good to just not go best available receiver there as well. Because you find people just fall into these ADP pockets of just drafting the same way. And I think that's what's one of the bigger advantages of having the draft tool and the combo tool here, to make sure you're not falling into those ADP pockets. And the big ones with your tight end, right? Like there's no reason you should have an uncorrelated Bowers or Goddard with your whatever, with your Jacobs. There shouldn't be 60% ownership there. So finding some of those holes in your pockets is huge. Yeah, they took out the engage 8. We're going to have to get some tweets. That's what worked last time. Tweet at New Me. I got the third and long back last week and they took it out again. Like 100% year over year for Underdog in season tourneys. Yeah, it's growing. The thing is, like, Bestball's already niche, so then going into Battle Royales, it becomes even more niche. This is chalky, but I don't think I care. We could go the double as well. We could do the double, and we can go, like, David Montgomery. Is he gone? Montgomery went at 13. What a savage. This guy knows ball. I don't think there's a wrong. I don't think there's a wrong here. I'm gonna have some Dak doubles, that's for sure. Let's see what happens though. We could just completely mix it up too. Okay, that makes sense. Hurts team brings in AJ Brown. Olave goes at 19 in this one. All right, so we're probably gonna scroll on 2 RBs here. If I was gonna go another receiver, we have plans, but let's go Chuba versus ATL. This is a scroll team. This is a go get your guys team. We'll see if Dak makes it back. If not, we have Jordan Love as an option. Just bought the overlay as well. I'm new to these, like you said, because of Pete. Yeah, 100%. Hope you're enjoying it, man. Just put up all new instructions on the website, so it's super easy to download. And you get to see my face. Like, that's just, like, really, like, the +1 there is just seeing the face. The draft tools have been insane, though, and Josh just keeps adding to this. Just keeps adding to it. Ben in the house. What's up, baby? What's going on, man? Not sure why Evans is above Godwin with his Marshawn Lattimore battle history. It's a good shout. It's a really good shout. Every year you expect different results. How's Lattimore been? I'm trying to think of some of the matchups he's had this year. Yeah, I'm going to lock in. Maybe with this one we go Love. I'm feeling Love with this one. So let's go our RB. Let's just pull in Dobbins. That's our scroll. Here's the unique team. Yeah. Evans is... He can get there. He can get there against anyone. Especially with Baker actually balling out. Okay, so he makes the decision for us. He goes Love. Is Kraft there for him? Yeah, he's probably going Kraft, I would think. Unless he gets... I feel like that's risky. Like, if you wanted Kraft, this guy already has his QB. You would go Kraft first, and then Love. And guarantee yourself the stack. But maybe he gets lucky here. Like, if... Yeah, so he 100%. Like, that's a little mistake he made that he kind of risked losing the stack for no reason because his team already had his QB. And you find he's badgeless, but like you find multiple drafters doing that, and it's like you're just like losing EV. Jared in the house, what's up, dude? Yeah, I wouldn't have minded if this was a Love team, especially with the McBride bring back, but I'm cool with this, with a little skinny stack in that draft. Let's see if we can get a dog bowl going too. Holy shit. We just 12 out of 12 did. I gotta back out of this. You savages. Trying to fill that room. All right, we get the 2 spot. Holy badges. Shout out to Luke, big shots. He just won a ticket. Shout out to Crutches. He's in the live stream at 7. Mike C, EDN 3, Jewish McCaffrey. Some of the common people in here all the time. D-Rap. This is going to be interesting. Couple were surrounded by the badgeless. Losing EV is my middle name. Yeah, shout out to fucking Rashi Rice, our #1 owned receiver this year. Still gonna advance plenty of teams, which is nice. But what sucks is not even just losing Rashi Rice, but having 1 or under 1% Kelsey because we made the bet that Rice was going to be scooping up those targets and Kelsey just sort of falling off a cliff, which is exactly what we saw. Being wrong on that take because Mahomes completely destroyed Rice's LCLs. Tough. That one's tough. I think I'm like this, and it might even be... Receiver's pretty deep. Receiver's very deep. I think Josh Downs is sneaky down here for sure. Alec Pierce getting that work with 3 catches. He puts up his best Shaheed type game. This guy just autoed, I think. Oh, he went Lamar 101. Let's see RBs. RBs is deep too, though. People that celebrated Stevenson losing the starting job. Hold this L. RB's not as deep as most weeks, but yes. Let's go Lamb. Let's go Lamb. I wouldn't mind going running back receiver on the next turn or RB. We'll have to see what's available. We'll have to see what's there. Daniels goes at 3. Oh my God. So all the values being pushed to these guys. Oh my God. All the values being pushed to the middle of the room. That one time we get that early pick though. 3% Kelsey. I did the same thing. What's up, Pound and Pat? Like button hit, money deposited, ready to donate. That is, he's got the spirit going. Juju and Hunt being focal points of the Casey offense. Just kill me now. All right, you win. You just won the internet. Like, who saw that one coming? Who saw that one coming? And with some like sickos in the Pound too on Discord sharing their like big board Kareem Hunt exposures. Like, damn boys, you guys saw into the future. I was not. Like, we were taking different stuff because I did not see that at all. Crazy though. Injuries, they're gonna happen. They're gonna happen every year. This year feels worse than most, but luckily a lot of these injuries have been smaller. Besides, you know, if you're on the Chiefs, then just get screwed, right? If you overdrafted the Chiefs because of high-powered offense, you probably had a lot of Pacheco. You probably had a lot of Rice. Hollywood Brown. Just teams. Even I didn't have Hollywood Brown, so like it's only right that an arm for an arm right there. I lose Rice. Kelsey hit a 2-outer on the river, Ben says. That's exactly correct. Alvin Kamara at 11. AJ Brown and Drake London seems really strong from the 12-13. Like I said, I think AJ Brown should be probably going closer to 9. This is going to be a fun room, though. This is going to be a fun room. Alvin Kamara and Mike Evans gets the mini stack there with that game. It'll be harder to get in the dog bowl, this combo, than it will. You can get this at will in Battle Royales, so I don't like it as much there. Yeah, Juju. Juju's tough. EDN 3 going RBRB. I'm interested to see what these dudes do. I'm just here for the show. Diggs at 19. Getting Diggs, Tank Dell. They probably both get a boost if Nico can't go. And that's sort of leaning into Q tags on Monday, on Tuesday. These early into the week where you don't have all the information, but you try to make your best inferences on what's going to happen. Marv at 20. Okay. 2 picks away. Flowers goes. If this guy randomly pulls up the guy I'm thinking of, I'd be very impressed. But this guy's probably just going Terry. Fuck, he goes Devonta Smith. That's exactly who we were going to draft. That's crazy. Good for him. So weird seeing JD here at 3 and then him just clicking someone that you think is a sharp pick there is just such a crazy curveball. Like, he just threw me completely off. We're off tempo now. We're completely off tempo. Maybe Devonta Smith isn't a sharp click. Like, that's what that makes me think. When you see this, good for him. Devonta Smith here is a fucking great pick, in my opinion. That is super sharp. Because we're going Devonta Smith, and then we're probably going Jalen Hurts right here. This guy's already got his QB, and we're feeling very good about it. He won. I'm rattled. Dude, that's the perfect. I am completely rattled right now. You don't expect it all the more because of some outlandish shit that happened earlier. Are you guys leaning into JT playing or not? Is JT playing this week? And if we go Ferguson here, oh wow, he goes Stevenson. I thought he was gonna be available mad late. If we go Ferguson, do we guarantee ourselves Dak? Because it sort of feels like we should, but there's just too many badgeless people behind us. In a sharp room, I will be doing that. I'll be boxing out the room for Dak, but here I don't think we have to do it. Let's lean into some uncertainty. D-Rap in the house. What's up, baby? See you in all my rooms, dude. I've luck boxed my way into 2 tickets already. How many do you do a week? Are you maxing this thing? Do we have a Richardson update? I'm leaning into Richardson's playing. So I'm leaning into he's playing. And it's not the worst thing, right? Like early in the week, JT, like you're going to get the Q tag, right? But also no one's going to be drafting Sermon. So you do get this 1-for-1 swap where he did have an okay week. Wasn't efficient, but the problem with this is like these aren't going to be here with A-Rich. So his floor probably comes down. But that's probably one of the big positives with leaning into the JT Q tag. Now you would think that, but like someone on Monday last week drafted A-Rich and we had Pittman and we still went Flacco because the only way we saw it really working was if Flacco played. And Flacco hit, but we completely screwed that drafter that went A-Rich. Is what it is. Yeah, these 12-man drafts are a completely different animal. And the biggest thing that I do is when I'm in here, I want to see who's available in these last 2 rounds. Who's making it to these rounds consistently, and where's the power spike? That's the position that I want to be drafting. Where's there plenty? Where's there plentiful? So we're really looking at like strength with roster construction in these. And a lot we're seeing almost every week is like QB doesn't matter. Like QB really has to separate, and it's tough, especially in the 12 person rooms. It's tough for Lamar to separate from every other QB that's drafted and be worth this price tag of the first round. So got a feeling about JMO this week. What's up, Stars? Yeah, D-Rap's probably bringing in Dak here. He doesn't have to. He could go Kyler. Lean into the Marvin Harrison pick. Kyler could also go here. This is what I was worried about. This one badgeless guy is why we didn't go Ferguson here at 26. Was this one badgeless guy? Oh shit. I'm happy. I'm happy. Even if JT doesn't play, I'm still happy. He could still go Tolbert at 62. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Kyler off the board at 39. Tank Dell. I think that's sharp. Fuck. Really wanted Dev Smith here. Really wanted Dev Smith there. Olave, Deontay Johnson, Godwin gets that stack. Godwin and Olave. What's the news on Carr? Facing multi-week absence. No, giving 0. Yeah. If he pulls in Tolbert, like, I'll be very surprised. Be very surprised. Okay. I have a plan. We have a plan. That usually doesn't mean anything. There's still so much time for this to get blown up. Fuck! It was Pickens, Justin Fields. That was the plan. Back to the drawing board. We're back to the drawing board. My God. Why are they in my head? Get out of my head. Get out of my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. 2 teams need a tight end. 2 teams need a tight end. This is just crazy. He had a career day. Yeah. Receiver definitely falls off. Oh, God. It might even just be a Wicks. Go back to the Wicks well. Go back to the Wicks well. Yeah, about 125 to 150. Pure degen. Yeah, I agree. I think I don't think Nico's playing, so those are definitely priority ads for early drafting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's go Fields here. If we end up with Pat Fry, great. If we don't, I don't mind unstack Fields. I think this is way too discounted as well. And the fact that Dobbins is still here, even B-Rob, the fact that those two guys are still here, we shouldn't be going receiver in the 5th or 4th. We should have 2 receivers by round 3, in my opinion, in probably 75% of my drafts. I'll want to trickle in some of these guys, but I think from construction standpoint, if you're on the front half of the board, that's what I'm going to prefer. Doesn't mean I'm not going to have my shots on players. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the Tennessee pieces are tough for me unless Levis is playing. Won't practice Monday, but he's improving. You don't love that. You definitely don't love that. Myers is going too late. Myers is a good shout down here. Lad McConks. I'll have a little bit of these guys, so maybe it'll be like 70-30, but I definitely think there's a drop-off for receivers. Probably after, damn, Terry went at 40, yeah. George Pickens. Pickens, Jay Fields here would have been really, really nice, but sorry. Crutches brings in Bakey Bake for his little New Orleans Tampa Bay stack. King, what's up, dude? I just traded Jalen Reed and Zach Moss for Breece Hall and Tank Dell. Thoughts? It depends. Did you need running back depth versus wide receiver depth? Because I kind of see this as you're hoping the Jets figure it out with Breece Hall. Tank Dell is going to have his weeks. I like him better in Bestball. One of those guys. This is really like, do you need the running back depth versus receiver with Reed for Hall? The other 2 pieces are just sort of whatever. Dell could have a good start this week, so if you need to start Dell this week, that'd be fine. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, 100%. You're going to see him mixed in. And then you have like Kendra coming back. Supposedly. We'll see if he's activated for this game. But he's back to practice. Very interesting. What did Javonte do last game? I don't think it was a lot. I mean, he had 18 touches. You'd like to see that back-to-back weeks, 18 touches. That's not nothing. That's definitely not nothing. Yeah, there's just more RB depth available in this 5th and 6th round. We're going to need a last round titty. We'll go with correlation first if it's available. I want to see the snaps for Juwan Johnson. Obviously, Foster Moreau gets the touchdown. But let's see the snaps. I want to see them increasing as he had that injury to start the season. So he lost a lot of time in camp right before the season started. New Orleans, where are you at? Yeah, here we go. And so we've seen this every single week. Juwan Johnson, 35%, 41%, 50, 68, 79. That's exactly what you want to see. Like, that's projected. Just projection of him being on the field more is good. Him losing his QB, not as good. But he was targeted, I believe, twice when Carr was out. See if Crutches wants to steal my tight end. Braylon's ramping up. Should I be worried about Breece Hall? Goddamn. I don't even know if it's... Should just be worried about anyone on the Jets at this point. I think you're going to see some positive change there. But, yeah. Breece Hall, Braylon Allen there threatening the red zone touches. It's not the most ideal situation. Not the most ideal. Let's get another battle royale on. Let's go active. Cool. All right. So, I mean, at least we push a stack. We miss out on Pickens, which is fine. Sermon's not drafted, right? Yeah, I don't think Sermon. Yeah. I guess he could go Sermon here. Oh my God. Go Zeke. Which is probably worse than the Sermon click. Yeah, even RB thins out if you're on the front side of the board, though, in the 6th round. But you can flex a receiver here pretty easily with Ladd or Myers. All right. I like that one. I don't mind leaning into some uncertainty there with JT. And again, like we can flip him for Sermon. And where I'm doing 10 to 12, I probably only want to do that 2 out of the 12 until I get more certainty that JT's playing. But if JT's playing, like he's going to fly up the board. All in, season long, and now in Dog Bowl. That would be sick. That would be sick. Let's go Derrick Henry here. All right, I want to get some more of these. So now that we have how many? We have about 6 plus 1. Go to exposure, and let's just get the newest exposures up. So that's the newest edition. That's the newest update if you haven't seen it for bestballoverlay.com. Now you go to your draft room, and you just refresh, and you'll get all your current exposures on the left side, which is nice. I feel like the most recent ones haven't updated, though, for Underdog. That's the only thing is sometimes it takes a little bit for them to go through. But once they go through, you can download the exposures and just refresh your page, and you get all new exposures. Devontae Adams is a tough one. It's a very tough one. I think he wants to be moved. I don't think he's really giving his best effort. Like, even his separation stats have been freaking terrible, like near bottom. And that's not Devontae Adams. So I don't know if the effort's really there. And then he comes up with some sort of mystique injury. At the same time, he says he doesn't want to play for them. Seems like he's playing the game, at least from our standpoint. And if he is, I don't want to be drafting him in this situation. Nearing full health. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Jaden Reed off the board. Hell yeah. Wanted A.J. Brown here. As much A.J. Brown at ADP right now as possible is sort of the way we're looking at it. And then there's 2 players I think I'm between in this spot. Okay. I like both of these. Evans lines up right with ADP. So let's make this little change up. And we'll see if Hurts falls, because he falls quite a bit. One team is QB behind us. A couple badgeless. We'll see what happens. JD off the board. But yeah, who else was affected by the Rashee Rice injury? Am I the only one hurting out there? Because that one sucks. It sucks when you get something right and then like an injury just changes it so fast. So fast. We need 2 teams to pass on Hurts. I don't think it's going to happen. Karma. Oh, God. If you didn't draft any NFL player that ever done anything wrong in his life, like, there wouldn't. This is too much. Olave off. Come on. We got to get by one more. We got to get by one more guy. One more guy. I mean, we're happy with McBride here, too, so it doesn't really matter. So we can just bring in Kyler, and we have this game stack, which is sick. Eliminators are good. Eliminators are really good. Been just ahead of advance rates every single week. Last week, we fell flat right at the exact percent, like 24.7%, when it was of our teams got kicked out, and it was 6 out of 8. So exactly 25%. But every other week's been good. I've been ahead of advance rates. I only did 100, and I think we have like 40 left. Old digs here, but I kind of want to get off the ADP route. Do we just double this and then I think there is a drop off at receiver. We could have gone with McLaurin with a mini with Derrick Henry. It's just I feel like that's a little more of a thin bet. If you're betting on McLaurin hitting, then you're hoping Hurts still outscores JD. Could happen, but Devonta Smith down here is ridiculous. If he's good to go, yeah. And you're seeing sharp people take him, which makes me feel good about the click all the more. But I think we're still going to end up with this Philly double. Yeah, both of them already have their flex, so they can't 2 tight end. So a little Philly double. You probably can go Amari Cooper as a bring back this week. He'll be low owned, which is good, but he's getting the targets. The QB play has just been freaking trash. It's been trash. And against Washington, you're hoping for a little uptick, but Tank Dell even. And I think that's an interesting spot where maybe you just take the later guy to get off of ADP. And you don't necessarily have to double Hurts, but let's lean in. DMO, how are your eliminators looking? How many teams did you start with, and how have those been going? All right, so now if I go to completed, there's 7. Okay, exposure. And I just want the most up-to-date exposures showing. And then when I get about 20, 25 drafts, the combinations really start becoming a big deal for me. I was about 39 drafts in to last week, and 2 plays that I liked was Reed and K-Walk, and they were pretty easy to get together. And I didn't have a single. I had 30%, 27% plus of both, but I didn't have them both on a single team, which is like obviously doesn't match what your feelings are on those players on the slate. So that's the biggest advantage of the tool. Get the players you like, get them on the same team, and then also not duping and not falling into those traps with those positions that it could be any tight end that week. It could be any QB that week. So you shouldn't have, you shouldn't have 60% love with your AJ Brown. Like it's not correlated. It's not bring back. It just doesn't make any sense. And you can fall into these ADP pockets without really even knowing it. So that's what's helped me the most. Get the most of every single entry. Shut the J Strez in the 2 spot. Shoobs, always in these streets, drafting at the 1. If you guys enjoy the content too, please go down, slap the like. Haven't asked you yet. Hit the like, hit the bell for notifications so you know when we go live. Hit the sub if you enjoy the content. You know the deal. All the normal stuff. Barkley goes at 1. So you can see this update to 14%. Henry, 28.6%. All right, we're going Henry again. Going Henry again. Let's see. I'm probably going to do a ton of drafts after this as well, so I don't want to email my exposure right now, but you guys know the draft tool. On the website, Battle Royale Portfolio Optimizer, Analyzed, and you can pull up. This was last week's CSV. Obviously too heavy on mixing on Monday. But being able to go into here, and then I'd be adding these players as I draft too to make sure I'm not running into those same ADP pockets. We just did a Henry AJ Brown team. Do we think it's going to be available on Thursday? Or do we think AJ Brown's going to rise? And if he rises, I want to get my combos now. So. Hey, there he is. There's the man in the 1 spot. What's up, Jordan? 11 out of 25 left. Sick. That's awesome. My strategy was pick at least 4 total players from buys 5 and 6. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We did a lot of early bye week stuff as well to sort of propel yourself and give yourself a better chance for those teams that do advance past week 5 and 6. So I think that'll be interesting to see how you do, how many you're left with, and your success on those. But it's a really thin bet to get a team to week 17 anyways, so don't be discouraged. We went Hurts with this combination. I sort of want to get away from that right now. We also went Jacobs. I don't mind going Jacobs again, but who do we want our QB to end up being for this? Let's go McBride here. Let's go McBride. James Conner off the board. He brings in his little mini with Conner and Reed. And a lot of people are stacking. A lot of people are correlating. Wow, Gibbs and Monty. We've seen it hit before. We've also seen that work with Miami running backs too. So it's definitely fun. A very small percent of the field does it. It's really special when it does hit. Make you feel like an absolute big brain. Yeah, wide receivers though is very thin. Very thin. Compared to at least the running backs. But some of these guys down here, like Tolbert's a nice little leverage play. Look at that 18-pointer. What's tough is you probably need that minimum from your flex is around 17, 18. Is what the stats have shown. Pollard off. It's like they wanted us to get this little mini here, and I think we're just going to accept it. Jacobs is getting the work. I don't think there's a good reason to come off the click. 20 touches last week. Seems like a really good spot. Green Bay against Arizona. We have the correlation. We're going to want Kyler. Yeah, Dev here is very strong. Super strong. I think getting a piece of this Detroit-Dallas game's nice as well. Cleveland should be throwing the ball realistically. I think this is interesting too. I think it's going to be lower owned. Does Deshaun Watson learn how to get rid of the ball? Probably not. It's a tough sell. Even up until last week, I'd have like one or two Deshaun teams. It's just, god damn. You can only fall for it so many times. So tough. We'll see what Toker does. My thought is he goes love with Reed. He could surprise us though. Could surprise us with the naked Kyler. I guess it wouldn't be naked. He has James Conner, but that might even be worse. That might even be worse. We already have a Pickens Fields team. Pickens is free in this contest. Pickens seems like a nice little one-off as well. Fields potentially gonna start week 6. He's playing well enough. Yeah, there's the love clicks. We get Kyler for free at the end of the draft, which it seems kind of insane. Also good did on Washington bring back, but at that point, where did Terry go? Terry went to the JD team. Nice. Yeah, the slate's fun. In the bye weeks, I'm gonna be interested to see tomorrow when we get like the SaberSim rankings and sort of see who they value down here and do a lot more dog bowls and do a lot more of these battle royales. But Stevenson down there being undrafted, there's a lot of running backs on the slate that are available in that last round that should be mixed in at a little sprinkling clip. Stevenson, Harris, Dowdle getting 20 something touches, getting some work in the past game as well. J.K. Dobbins, again, 17, 18 touches, like 3 weeks in a row. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. The better sign is Gus Edwards just not being efficient on the ground and his workload suffering because of it. So, also the game script should be pretty nice for the Chargers here. 3-point favorites, so running the clock out in the fourth quarter is the thought. Close game script. Denver isn't a team that should be able to get wildly ahead of them. So I do like Dobbins this week as a scroll, and I'm surprised he's actually that far down. But coming off a bye, like people like forget about the clicks. I think that's interesting. It's gonna be like some sort of psychology study. Something's there. But guys, appreciate you coming out tonight. Hope you have a good rest of the night drafting. I'll catch you guys in the Discord. And again, bestballoverlay.com, promo code Pounders. Go grab the edge now. We'll catch you on the next one. Powders.